Welcome to the M249 and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Today we're going to take a closer look at this beast of a weapon. My own chances of getting a chicken dinner have always increased dramatically as soon as I picked up this monster. Even more than when I picked up an AWM, and that means a lot. In Battlegrounds they call it lighter than it looks, but I find that very hard to believe. Try picking it up in real life and you will understand what I mean. It weighs 17 pounds or 7.5 kilograms and 10 kilograms or 22 pounds when it's loaded with ammo. Not what I would call a lightweight weapon. Luckily, it's a video game and we don't have to drag it around when we're sprinting uphill, while we jump off of a building, and when we think it's a good idea to go for a swim with the M249 strapped to our back. So respect for the real life soldiers who have to carry it around on a daily basis. The M249 is the American version of the Belgian FN Minimi, and they used to call it the M249 SAW, which stands for Squad Automatic Weapon. You will have to go for those airdrops if you want to add this monster weapon to your loadout, because you will never find it lying around as a normal pickup. But you can prepare yourself for this weapon by collecting extra 5.56mm ammo. If you're lucky, then you might find 200 rounds of 5.56 ammo in the airdrop that brought you the M249. If not, then you will only get 100. You would think that this is a lot, but you can fire off 100 bullets in less than 10 seconds. So it might be wise to collect some ammo just in case that you want to get trigger happy. In Battlegrounds, the M249 can cause 44 damage points. This is slightly more than 41 for the M416, the M16A4 and the SCAR L, but it's slightly less than the 48 damage points for the AKM. The initial bullet speed is 915 meters per second, and that is better than all the other assault rifles. This means that you will barely have to lead your target if you decide to go for long range kills with the M249. Each magazine has a capacity of 100. In other words, you're going to need a lot of ammo. It takes 0.075 seconds between shots. As a result, you can fire more than 10 bullets per second, and this also means that it will take 9.9 seconds to empty a full magazine. This is where the strength of this weapon lies, in the rate of fire. The great thing about the M249 is the fact that you can cause up to 443 damage per second, and that is a lot of damage. To put this into perspective, the highest DPS assault rifle can only cause 421 damage per second. So you're outperforming all the other players who carry assault rifles because you can kill faster. I'm sure that it comes as no surprise that you can't reload faster. This is one of the biggest downsides of the M249. You better make sure that you have some cover, because it will take you 7.1 seconds for a reload with bullets left and 8.2 seconds for an empty reload. So it's wise to reload long before you engage somebody in a firefight. You won't have to worry about the firing mode though, there's only one, and that is fully automatic. All it takes is 3 bullets to kill a guy who isn't wearing any armor at all, and as you know, you will need to fire more bullets if your enemy is wearing any kind of armor. 4 bullets against a guy who is wearing level 1 or 2 and 6 bullets against the highest level of armor. It always pays off when you go for headshots, even with the M249. 1 headshot to kill if the guy wasn't lucky enough to find a helmet, 2 headshots against the level 1 or 2, and 1 extra shot against the best helmet in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. One of the advantages of the M249 is that you don't have to worry about finding the right attachments, because there are none. The game does not allow you to attach anything other than a sight. It speaks for itself that this weapon is best used for short to medium range kills, but make no mistake, you can still use it with an 8x scope to make long range kills. Just make sure that you use tap fire, otherwise the weapon is difficult to control. I went to the firing range with this weapon, but since we only have one firing mode, I will compare this weapon when it's being fired without aiming, with using the targeting mode when you hold the right mouse button, and with ADS. The first 6 bullets are still okay when you don't aim. Then the gun pulls up. Bullet 7 was the next shot, 8 and 9 were the headshots, and then the gun pulls violently to the left, at which point it becomes completely uncontrollable. When I used the targeting mode, then the first 7 shots were good. Then the gun jumps up with 8 just missing his ear, 9 hitting his head, 10 being a perfect headshot right in between the eyes, and all the other bullets missed their target. Now, what about ADS? This looks pretty awesome, eh? A perfect straight line, easy to compensate for with 10 bullets on target. So it speaks for itself that you should use ADS as much as possible if you want to dominate PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds like you saw in this video. We all spend most of our time using the AKM, M416, M16A4 or SCAR-L. So I will compare the M249 with those weapons because it will make it easier for us to understand the strengths and the weaknesses. You know about the damage points, so I will bring back those stats. There's also a difference in initial bullet speed. The AKM is the slowest in this regard. It only has an initial bullet speed of 715 meters per second. Then comes the SCAR-L with 870, the M416 with 880, the M16A4 with 900, and then the M249 with 915 meters per second. The time difference between shots tells a similar story. The M249 is better than all the other weapons, except for the M16A4. This means that you can fire more than 10 bullets per second with both of these guns. The outcome of these stats is that you can deal more damage per second with the M249. 443 compared to 421 for the M16A4, and the SCAR-L performs worst with only 348. The reload times are terrible for the M249, and this difference is massive. So make sure that you bring a backup weapon or make sure that you have the opportunity to reload in between firefights. The M249 also has a lot more base spread compared to the other weapons. 8 compared to 6 for the AKM, 4 for the M416 and the SCAR-L, and 5 for the M16A4. All of this leads up to the body and headshot damage chart. As you know, the M249 lies somewhere in between the AKM and all the other weapons with regards to damage. But the bullets needed to kill is almost exactly the same as the bullets needed to kill with the M416, M16A4 and the SCAR-L. The only difference is that you only need 4 bullets to kill a guy who is wearing level 2 armor compared to 5. The amount of bullets needed for headshots is exactly the same, but keep in mind that you will be firing these bullets faster when you use the M249. While you're here, why not check out this video where you can see the M249 in action. As you know, the YouTube likes and shares are very helpful to me. If you think that this video is worthy, would you mind taking a moment to like this video and to share it with all your buddies? This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching, and I will see you in Battlegrounds.